All right, guys, it's Abdallah here. Let's actually break down the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct in case you missed it. Now, if you didn't watch my live reactions to it, go watch it. It was a roller coaster. It was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. It was really, really cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was really, really fun, but it's not a perfect game. There's still a lot of things that need to be worked on for it, but I think that with this game, based off of what I've seen, this game should have been the launch title for Nintendo Switch 2 because it seems way more polished than Mario Kart World will ever be in the history of that game. And trust us, we've played Mario Kart World for 50, 60 hours already, like 100 hours. And this game is blowing it away right now. Let's take a look and see what this is all about. So zooming in right over here, they start off with falling down a well, and then they start off with a little bit of like Pauline singing, or oh, spoilers. Pauline's in the game in case you guys didn't see any of the promo stuff. Pauline's in the game, and so apparently like there's like a little odd rock that is like a buddy with Donkey Kong. And then in the opening scene over here, we find out what's going on with the Odd Rock, right? Easy peasy. Here we go. There's some singing in the background. It sounds exactly like Mario Odyssey. You know, going around New Donk City with Jump Up Superstar playing in the background. That's literally the vibe that you're getting in this entire game here. We have these banana Kong elders in the game. We'll learn about that later, which is interesting. And then you can see over here that like as you pop this open, it's literally Pauline inside there as like what, like a preteen? I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. So Pauline is like a small child or a teenager, and she was locked inside this like crazy like rock thing. So yeah, I guess that's cool. DK being expressive as usual. It's kind of growing on me. Sure, I'm an old school gamer. I like rare DK better, but it's growing on me. We'll get used to it because there's no option to change. So here we go. This is an interesting concept. What do you think? Like teen? How old do you think Pauline is? I don't know, man. 15? 14? 13? Yeah, very like preteen to teen transition. I don't know why. I don't know why this is set in the past. They really didn't go into the story mode of it, but Pauline is here. And yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. So Pauline's still a singer. And so you gotta make your way to the planet's core. So somehow these guys team up. But like, dude, look look at this and tell me it's not like, tell me this is like straight from Mario Galaxy. I'm getting vibes from Mario Galaxy on this one. Very, very interesting. Yeah, so the vistas look really good. You're going to be going to a place called like Ingot Isles, and like every single layer that you get deeper to the Earth's core is like a different world. And so this right over here looked exactly like Lakeside Kingdom, right, in Mario Odyssey, with the giant like a chalice in the middle and like all these other areas and some like reefs in between. Looks interesting. I was like, dude, come on, Mario Odyssey. Tell me tell me you're not copying the notes of the Mario Odyssey team without telling me you're copying the notes from the Mario Odyssey team, right? So going into Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'm like, dude, it's literally Mario Odyssey. They're just reskinning it with DK. So go ahead, show me how you've done exactly that. So that's my mindset going into this, which is, I mean, it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. Would we have liked a Mario Odyssey 2? Would it have sold better than DK and Teen Pauline? Preteen Pauline? Preteen Pauline. That's what we're going to call her. Preteen Pauline. Great. Would it have sold better? Oh, you better believe it would have. But then you can't like throw around a whole bunch of stuff everywhere and destroy everything unless Mario turns into Donkey Kong. Anyway, so just the general movement, like the general movement of this game looks really good. Like you're running, you can climb, you could punch, you could double jump, you can roll off the edge, you can grab a piece of the rocks. Like we've seen all this in the pre-release trailers, which is fine. Like this is exactly what we've seen. We know. And like you can literally you can terraform the entire game. Someone with absolute all time on their hand is going to raise the entire world. They're going to just break everything down, I bet. Right? So this right over here, we've seen this before. Oh Banana branched into the forest layer. So whenever you get one of the golden bananas, Banandium Gems or whatever they're called, it's going to be a screen exactly like Super Mario Odyssey. Like, oh, we got it. Da-da-da-da-da, hey, and then here's the title of it. And then I don't remember what these are. 3 bananas or something on the bottom, but anyway, so it's very Mario Odyssey, which is fine. You know, I'm not complaining about that. Like, we love a 3D game. So he can go underground, he can punch walls, and then like there's different alcoves over here. So hey, if you dig around, you'll be able to find stuff. So this is going to be really, really needle in a haystack kind of gameplay of like, oh, what's behind this wall? And then they just go over all of his different moves, which is a dive punch or a ground pound in the Mario universe. So that's kind of cool. Roll forward ever since Donkey Kong Country. Love it. So he can continuously roll. So you can roll off the edge and then you could jump out of a roll and then you can roll again. That's that looked so this kind of tech right over here, watch, I'll show you. This kind of tech right here where he rolls off the edge and jumps out of the roll. He jumps out of the roll like in Donkey Kong Country, and then he does another roll after it. This is literally a Cappy jump from Mario Odyssey. It's so funny that I don't know if it's the exact team that did this game that did Mario Odyssey, but it's literally the exact same thing. Yeah, that's so funny. Hand slap is going to be like a weird sonar thing, and you collect stuff on the ground. I'm very happy about that. That's very quality of life, because I don't want to like destroy a rock and then have to like pick up everything. I don't want to do that. Tear off looks really fun. So you just grab a piece of whatever's over here and you just rip it up. And then you could just like take an enemy and rip off his arm and just like beat him up with his own arm. That's actually really fun gameplay. Like, I think that's just so cool. Right? So you can use stone to break other stone. And then you've got like some other weeds over here that you can break. That's kind of fun. Chunk jump is like a double jump, right? You could abandon the piece of chunk and just get a double jump out of it. So there's a lot of tech involved with that, right? Then you can throw the piece. So you can do like maybe a chunk jump off the ledge into like a roll. Maybe you can jump out of that roll and do another roll. So there's a lot of tech that you can do to maneuver DK around places. So yeah, it looks like you can do sand and you can make your own little platforms over here. And then there's turf surf where you just like surf on a shield like in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's exactly what it reminded me of. That's kind of cute. And then make music. So yeah, Pauline can sing and then activate like these tuning forks or remove these Void Coast strips, which we don't really know too much about. Yeah, climbing up. So each of these is like, the worlds look not the biggest. It's not open world like Hyrule from Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. It seems more like the size of Bowser's Fury, like, or Mario Odyssey's Kingdoms. Stop on by, fish up new fashions. Okay, so this this ostrich, this is a throwback to the animal buddies in Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo. There was an ostrich named Espresso, and you would ride on top of Espresso, and you would go really, really fast in the level, and you could like float a little bit. So this is a cool throwback, right? Love that. You've got an ostrich with shoes on. That's exactly what we like to see to all of us older Donkey Kong Country fans. You'll notice over here that in the gameplay, there's absolutely zero voice acting outside of a small handful of Pauline's voice acted clips where she yells, DK, DK, you're my best friend. Maybe we can get through this together. Like, you know, the clips as you expect. But like in the year 2025, on a premium console that you are going to have to buy $450 plus tax, so around $500 for a Nintendo Switch 2, and then drop an additional $70 to $80 for Donkey Kong Bonanza, you're already out more than $500. So for a game that's supposed to be touting that it's a premium game, you need to voice act, man. Just pay the people. Pay the people to voice act this line. You must be quite tired. What, with having made your way down this far, right? Like, make a voice acting and then dub it into different languages. That's the standard of gameplay right now. Stop being lazy. I'm done with it, dude. So now they do like this like animalese or like it's I think at this point we've gotten used to that. We've seen it in Mario Odyssey where each of the little species makes their little touting sound whenever a text box comes on. But at this point in life, agree or disagree, let me know at home. I just at this point in gaming, voice acting has to be a standard, man. I think it has to be, especially for like the little kids who may not know how to read, right? It'll help them read because then they could read along with, right? And this is a kid's game. This is Nintendo Switch 2. Like, I learned how to read from video games. That would be so cool if they had that. But anyway, I digress. I think that's one point that is just, I think it's a hit. I think it's a hit against it. So this is cool. Rambi makes a comeback, which is exactly what I wanted. Rambi was a staple in the Donkey Kong Country franchise. Cranky Kong is a staple. He's always here. This is great. Yeah, but then they don't really explain what Cranky Kong or Rambi does. They just introduce them. And then these are like the Kong Elders, which are weird. These are the elders that live underground. One's a zebra. Oh, okay, I understand now. One's a big monkey. Watch. One's a big monkey right here. One's a big monkey elder that lives in this, like, I don't know, this little area that somehow has a sky in it. Explain that to me. If you're in the ground of the earth, why is there a sky? Okay, this one over here, sure, makes sense with the icicles. This is a zebra, a big zebra. Remember that a little bit later. And then this is a big ostrich in this weird looking forest. So I'm kind of putting two and two together over here. So they get Bananza Powers. And then she sings. And then DK turns into stuff. Kong Bonanza. He goes ape S. He literally goes ape S right now. Yo, why is there a butt? Why did DK's butt need to be modeled, man? I don't need to see that crack. All right, so DK goes nuts. Yeah, DK literally goes nuts. So he goes, yeah, he goes crazy with the big monkey powers, and he's able to charge a punch and throw some hits. And then Pauline can transform him into a zebra now, and he runs faster. So yeah, it looks like the zebra elder gives you the zebra power, the big monkey elder gives you the monkey power, and then the ostrich elder, guess what it gives you? You could turn into an ostrich and then flap your wings a little bit and then glide. Like Miraidon and Koraidon in Pokemon. So yeah, you can get some updrafts. You can drop an egg. It looks like you have 2 eggs. Yeah, you drop egg bombs and you get like 2 of them. Oh, and then they respawn. Yep, you get it. Okay. They don't last forever. You have like a little yellow meter. So this is where we need to chat. This is where we 100% need to talk. Right? Like, I'm okay with the concept of DK turning into giant monkey. Like, I'm 100% fine with that. I'm good with it. Giant monkey, cool. Looks great. Amazing. Go into Super Saiyan mode. Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan, whatever it is. I don't care. That's fun. But like, I think the fundamental miss right now is mounts. And that's a gameplay director's choice, right? Like, I think the mounts are a thing. Did one of the like elders need to be a zebra? This is a run fast concept, right? Could it have been something like a zebra mount, like a new zebra buddy? Like, the beauty about Donkey Kong Country, 1, 2, 3, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Tropical Freeze, this is 5 games in the series where animal buddies were a staple, which made it really, really fun. So those of you guys that have never played a Donkey Kong game before, welcome to Donkey Kong. This is your first one. But for those of us that have, we know that the staple of the series are animal buddies. It's like in Donkey Kong Country 1, I loved that as a kid. I loved finding Winky the toad, that you jumped on top of it and you could jump really, really high. I loved finding Espresso the ostrich, where you could jump on top of, run really, really fast, jump in the air, and then float a little bit. I loved Rambi running around and destroying things with the horn, right? I love going in the underwater levels with On Guard, the swordfish, and plowing through everything and swimming super fast, right? And then with those 4 animal buddies, those were just in the other games. The more recent games, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on Nintendo Wii U and Switch, those games had Rambi, right? They just really only brought Rambi, which was a miss, because it would be really cool to have the other ones. From, if I remember correctly. So like, this concept of DK transforming into something, I think it's a cop-out. You don't just transform into stuff because of magic. I don't like that idea. I don't like it at all. Is it gonna grow on me? Sure. People that don't even know or care about the really great thing that made the previous Donkey Kong games amazing, they may not remember that. But you're missing the point. And that's why I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like DK cop-out transforming into a bird. And now DK can transform into a zebra. DK transforming into a giant monkey? Yes, makes sense. But a zebra, dude? How hard would it have been for him to, like, I don't know, press down on the D-pad, or Pauline to sing a song, and then a zebra buddy would show up and you could jump on top of it and then run around over here, jump off the ledge, and then jump off of the zebra like Yoshi in Mario World and get an extra jump? Like, how hard would it have been to do that? Same thing. Pauline sings a song or whistles, and then Espresso comes out of nowhere, and then it's seamless. You're on top of Espresso. And then, since you're on top of Espresso, you can literally also, you know, run a little bit faster and then do your gliding. Maybe Espresso has like the little meter and like the bombs that drop. Like, I don't think that they nailed it. I don't think they nailed it. And that's why I'm just like, dude, do your resource material. What made the Donkey Kong franchise so special, right? This concept of transforming into a zebra, into an ostrich, no. You've done that in Mario Odyssey. You had Mario transform into 50 different things in that game. Transformed into like a fish. He transformed into a Goomba. He transformed into a Lakitu. He transformed into literally everything possible in Mario Odyssey. You've done that. Mario Odyssey team, I get it. I get it that you're working on this game. I get it that the director that said, hey, make it Mario Odyssey, but change it a little bit so the teacher doesn't know we're copying them. I get that you're doing that, but this is a no. This is a hard no from me. I think that this direction is just completely off. You could have achieved the exact same results if you just made mounts in the game. Just make mounts. Give me Winky the Toad. Give me On Guard the Swordfish. That would be such a love letter to fans of the series. How do you mess that up? Oh, but that's okay because like transforming is a thing and we did it in Mario Odyssey, so let's just do it in this one. That sucks. I'm so sorry to say, but that sucks, and I don't like it. As much as I love the rest of this trailer, this is a miss for me, and I think lack of voice acting is a miss for me right now. Here we go. Let's move on. Ugh, I digress. Okay, Zebra Bonanza, watch out, he runs faster on a zebra. Uh-oh. You mean DK can't just roll? Like in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, when you transform into the Goron, he does like this rolling stuff. You couldn't say he does that? This flying could have easily been Espresso the ostrich, man. The literal ostriches are in this game. It could have been like an ancient ancestor of Espresso, and which would give us even more lore for Donkey Kong Country 1. Ostrich Bonanza, so bad. I don't know, man. Mounts would have been way, way cooler. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How do you miss that? How do you miss that, friends? Anyway, so like, I like this, that you could seamlessly transform in between two of them. Yes. Could you have achieved that with pressing a button to call out the animal buddies? Yes, you could have. Anyway, so this is interesting. This is called the Void Company. We see 3 characters, and we've seen them in like pre-release screenshots. We've got a big monkey, a little monkey, and I don't know what the heck that is. What are they trying to do over there? But sure. Go ahead, have fun. So this dude's name is Grumpy Kong. So now this begs the series, this begs the question of, are they part of the Kong family? Because typically in Donkey Kong lore, again, like you need to know what you're getting yourself into when you're inheriting an IP such as Donkey Kong. The entire Donkey Kong the entire Donkey Kong family tree, let's just say, is very convoluted. You can see, you know, Cranky Kong, you know, up top, and then, you know, Donkey Kong, and then like Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Funky Kong, Candy Kong, all the weird Kongs, Lanky Kong, Chunky Kong, Baby Kong, Kitty Kong, like they're all there on the tree. This begs the question of, did the development team think that Kong is just a monkey, like in true Japanese language? Like the Donkey Kong, the name from Miyamoto back in the day was Stupid Monkey. So it was like Stupid Kong, Donkey Kong. That's what it came up with. But it's been the lore that has been built through Rare, which is now a Microsoft-owned company, that the Kong is a family. It's a legacy. They're all somehow related. So I don't know if this guy is part of like a weird third cousin that just hates DK and he's just grumpy about it, or what? Or is it just generically Kong means monkey in Japanese, so we're just gonna call them all Kong? And in the localization team, when, you know, Nintendo of America localizes things, did they just leave it? I don't know. Well, tell me your thoughts. But this is Grumpy Kong. Interesting. It's Poppy Kong over here. So she's an info gatherer. And then this guy's the leader of the bunch. You don't really know him well. It's Void Kong. Interesting. So they're responsible for stealing all the bananas. And they want to go inside the planet core. Okay, so that voice acting clip, I'm just gonna play it back to you. Like, no offense, but I don't know, man. I'll replay it back. Watch.
Planet core? But no! I'm going with DK, so you just stay away!
Voidco.
It's very stiff. I don't know. I'm going with DK. It seems very stiff. No offense to the voice actor that does Pauline's like one-shot little voices, but that voice clip was rough. I'm so bad. So anyway, moving on. So you're gonna beat the bosses, then you're gonna have access to the next sub-level within the Earth's core. So yeah, really interesting. So yeah, the golden bananas are all over the place. They're called Banandium Gems. And this is literally the moons. This is the moons in Mario Odyssey. You go over here, you find it, and then you have the moons as currency and stuff like that, and you just move. There we go. Tell me that is in Mario Odyssey. You find it. And then there's like little challenge areas that you can do when you're in the worlds. And it's like, oh, here's a challenge course. You can, you know, just beat this enemy in like 30 seconds, and then you're going to get rewarded with a Banandium. And then sometimes there's puzzle-based stuff where, you know, oh, there's a bunch of like rocks that are rolling down, you know, just, I don't know. This was really cool. Like, okay, so yeah, they did their homework. We like a minecart level, not Minecraft. We like a minecart level in Donkey Kong. Congratulations. Slow clap. You read the source material. Like this is what Donkey Kong Country is. It's a minecart level. Like that's great. I love that. I love that a lot. Thank you so much. Make it hard, make it difficult. Barrel blasting, just like in Donkey Kong Country. Absolutely love it. So I'm hoping that it's not just based into the girders. There we go. The, you know, the 1980 something girders from Mario. I hope it's not just in challenge course runs, but it seems like it is. So you're just in these challenge courses. They seem to be like their own little mini world within a world, and you just go beat them. It reminds me of, you know, Mario Odyssey. You just go to another area and then you do this challenge and you come out of it. So this is cool. I don't really know what this is. You're going to be able to get skill points in the game. One's for more health, one's for more power, one's for stronger dives. I don't know what this one is. Maybe like maybe a longer power up mode. I don't know what that is. More hearts to come out of things. We don't really know. This is maybe you could throw things farther. Maybe you can surf for longer on the rocks. This one's like maybe you get an extra double jump. You can do the surf on the water unlocked. One of them's probably like more sonar. This one's like probably more sonar over here. I don't know what that one is, but yeah, there's some different abilities, and you have a skill tree and you could pay with points. And I love that. That's very RPG elements, and I think that that's a point for the game. So punch power level 1, there we go. Rating of 2-star. You got 3-star. You can do hand slap. Yeah, you get better sonar. You can see things over here in case you don't want to just go raising the entire area. I think that's great. Yeah, they also have a lot of throwback music in the background, which I'm in love with. So here's something called Surf. Yeah, you go surfing on the water. Yay. So it looks like you press right or left on the D-pad in order to change your forms. That's kind of cool. But yeah, this is Banandium chips, just another collectible. This game is a collectathon for sure. So you trade your bananas for, it looks like more of the stuff. I don't know. You could buy gold. You could buy, okay, hold on. Let's actually figure that out. What do you use the Banandium? For skill points? Is that what that was? Yeah, so you use the Banandium chips. Traded for Banandium Gems at the chip exchange. Okay, got it. So you get these banana coins, and then you turn them in for bananas. This is the exact same thing as using coins in Mario Odyssey at the Toad shop in order to buy the moons. Oh my gosh, Super Mario Odyssey. Stop. It's all Mario Odyssey. Reskinned as DK, but changed a little bit. Okay, great. Moving on. So you want to buy a banana, go to the shop and spend the coins on it, right? Okay, so likewise, you're going to come over here to this stuff shop, and you're going to use the gold that you pick up all throughout the world in order to buy lives. You can buy balloons, recover with no damage after falling over an edge. Consumes 1 balloon per recovery. So I don't think there's, maybe there's lives, I don't know. I don't know, apple juice, melon juice? Activate a Bonanza without full Bananergy meter. Consumes 1 can per transformation. Oh, that's fun. What was the other one? Sorry, let me see. They go over apple juice. Press from giant apples automatically restores all health if it reaches 0. Okay, that's kind of fun. So you can see in the top corner of the UI, like right here, the UI showcases that that you can have these handicap items, pretty much. It reminds me of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, where it's like, oh, you can have these like free refills of health, you can have these free refills of energy meter, and you can have the free refills of lives, extra lives in case you fall into a pit. So that's exactly like it was over there. You can buy these things to help you out, but you don't necessarily need them. I don't know what the other things are, but you can just buy things to help you out to make the game even easier in case you're not so good. Okay, so you can find fossils in the game now. That's great. It's exactly like regional coins. Whoa! The regional coins in Mario Odyssey are now reskinned as fossils, and you use the fossils to buy the different outfits, just like Mario Odyssey. What do you know? Oh my gosh, man. Come on! Dude, the fossils are the regional coins, like Mario Odyssey. This game is literally Mario. You know, I'm not complaining that it is, but also, like, dude, do your own, make your own game. You don't have to copy paste whatever worked and change it just a little bit. Oh, come on. It's Super Mario DK. That's so perfect. Nintendo Goob says it perfectly in the chat. It's literally Super Mario DK. That's so bad. Oh my gosh. Now, admittedly, we recently just played Super Mario Odyssey, so the game is super fresh. And you literally go into the store, you buy the health items that you might need, and then you go into the other store, use the regional coins that you find in the little kingdom to buy costumes. Okay, carry on, Mario DK. Oh, look at that cool stuff. I guess we really didn't look at that. Okay, here's a style shop. You find the fossils in order to get the good stuff. Okay, you get some traction britches. Listen, britches. Increases your speed in mud and fresh snow by 20%. Well, it's more than just cosmetics, so I guess that's cool. What Bananergy, sorry. Increase the amount of Bananergy gained from gold by 25%. Okay, that's great. I want to see what the other ones do. I want to see those britches, man. You're wearing these big britches. Let's look. Here it is. Hold on, dark blue. You really had to call them britches? You really had to do that localization, team? You really had to? Increase your speed in mud by, and fresh snow by 10%. Oh, for one. But if you spend 4 more, you can get 20% with attraction britches. Yeah, maybe they do show it's a level 1, so maybe you can be upgraded somehow. I don't know. Giddy Up Canyon Get Up extends your Donkey Kong Bonanza time by 40%. Wow, that's great. Rustlin' Canyon. Okay, so these are cute little outfits for Pauline. Canyon Get Up 40%. The gold canyon get up. So these are just all aesthetic, but they give the 40% boost to time. And then, like, what do you know? You can do different colors of DK. Sunset red fur, like a setting sun sinking behind the savannah horizon. So you can buy the different fur skins over here in DK. And what do you know? There's a wardrobe. There's a lion, the witch, and the wardrobe over here. But more like the zebra, the ostrich, the wardrobe. So that's kind of cool. So they go through a lot of these really quick over here. This is very, very fast. So I'll go through really, really slow with it. So you're going to choose four different things it looks like. You got a classic tie, which helps out with something. Your fur is just aesthetics. Your breeches gives you traction. And then your Pauline outfit right over here, straight from the 90s, man, with those baggy pants. Wow. So here we go, increases treasure. We've seen that. The tie does more treasures and stuff like that. This one's called the treasure tie. Increase the chance a treasure chest will appear as you destroy terrain by 10%. That's kind of cool. I like it. Bananergy tie. Yeah. You got some hot pink ones. Oh, there's one that helps out with swimming. This is all, level 1. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, so then green leaf fur, you could change your fur and everything like that. This is all from Smash Bros. That's like canonically in Super Smash Bros. So, yeah. So they all have their own benefits. Swim a little faster, get some treasure, traction, all that stuff. The game, trust me, the game looks really good. Find a treasure chest buried in the ground. Look at that. Because you're wearing the treasure tie. And then there is the fossil map. That's really great. So this though, this is really good. This is really good because like, look at this right now. This is what a map should be. Mario Kart World, we got robbed. Here's a free mode or a free roam mode. Hang out and just explore mindlessly like a small child. But no, DK is like, all right, how do we make a mini map? Okay, we got zoom ability, we got place pin ability, we got a reset terrain ability, we have a where are you at in the map ability, we have scrolling through bananas, fossils, we have our collection ability, we have full 3D modeling of it. That's like 7 or 8 points that makes a mini map good. This is how you do it. In Mario Kart World, a premium game, a game that costs $10 more than this one, we didn't get anything like that. So like, that's why I'm like, dude, I've been wronged so hard that when something right comes along, I get really excited for it. But in reality, this is just the standard of how a mini-map should look like. Look it. You can look around, you can 3D model it, you can place a pin over here. That's so cool. And look, what do you know? It shows, hey, there's 61 ammonites over here. There's 1 whale over here. It shows you, oh yeah, there's P-switches in the area, right? How many P-switches? Oh, I don't know. It's gonna be a mystery. Maybe go find out. Like, it's so ridiculous, Mario Kart World, compared to what this is right now. So it shows, hey, here's your fossils. You have 19 out of 174. Banandium Gems. Alternate colors, leaves, you collected 1 trilobite. You don't have this thing over here, but you can go find it. In the lagoon layer, look, this is like where all the Banandium gems are. It shows you where in one area the things are. Not doesn't show you where it is, but it shows you what is available, right? This needs to be it. This needs to be how the Mario Kart World map is in free roam for me to be motivated to play it. But they didn't. It needs to be, you know, scroll over to the level in in Peach Stadium. Here's the checklist of things that you can do, and they could be question mark because, you know, don't give everything away, but find it. Find the Peach medallions. Find the P switches in the area. Okay, you don't have it, and then maybe they give you a hint with a picture on the side of where it could be. That would be nice, rather than just free roaming like a blind person. Dude, we've just been so wronged by Mario Kart World that anything that they do right, I'm buying into. And that's sad. That's really sad. For a premium $80 game like Mario Kart World. Yeah, right. That's great. And you can see exactly how far you are from actually 100%ing it. That's how it needs to be done. So we have an architect tone. So you can just make like a little area to hang out over here, and you can listen to music. Look, you have a music player. The greatest thing about Mario Kart World outside of the graphics is the music remixes. And there's 0 player in Mario Kart World for us to actually go through and listen to the tracks. It's so bad. Mario Kart World is so bad in that aspect that it's literally an afterthought. But now it's like, oh, this is standard. What do you know? We actually have a music player so we can listen to the cool music. DK's got a lot of banging hits, man. But I don't think we're going to listen to the full DK rap because Grant Kirkhope is probably not credited again. But you can find records, dude. Look on the screen in the corner. In the corner, it says Ingot Isle Cave-In, record 004. So again, the game is a collectathon. You're collecting Banandium, you're collecting banana chips, you're collecting fossils, you're collecting records. I'm sure you're collecting gold. You're collecting over 5 different things. It's a collectathon, that's fine. But like, that's cool. This is really cool. Yeah, so anyway, they're talking right now about fast travel. You have an elevator, so you can go fast travel through all the different layers. Easy. And you can teleport. Yeah, and then you can teleport to different areas of the kingdom, which is fine. That's standard. That's the way it should be. This is great. And of course, remember photo mode. We like that. Mario Kart World did that. We might as well add it. Did Mario Odyssey do a photo mode? I don't know, but like that seems to be Nintendo standard. It's cute. Yeah, add some filters over here. There's Ramby. Okay, so this is cool. I love local co-op. If you have a little kid or your parent that isn't really good at playing video games, they can point and click. It's a point and click adventure, and Pauline literally shoots words out and it breaks stuff. So Pauline's gonna, you know, shout things and then it just breaks things a lot easier. And you could just literally destroy bosses in like 3 or 4 hits just by spamming that with 2-player mode. Could you imagine having one hand on a mouse and one hand on a controller and just like moving around to speedrun the game? Okay, so this is really good to understand. Let's take a look. Let's see what we have. The system with the game can now share the game locally with someone next to us. That's amazing. That's in case we have 2 Nintendo Switches, we can share the game locally just for co-op right next to it, like couch co-op. This is the smoking gun that makes me upset. You can also share the system. You could share the game onto Nintendo Switch 1. So this is the hard pill for me to swallow, and this is another reason why I feel that Nintendo's being super greedy. So this is really, really bad. In a couple ways. I mean, this further proves my point that, hey, dude, this game can run on Switch 1. It's gonna be able to, it's literally confirmed to run on Nintendo Switch 1. Absolutely is. Because you can share the game with a Nintendo Switch 1 and you can play on it. They could have easily dual released this game on Switch 1 and Switch 2. This hard confirms they could have done that. But in order to sell systems, in order to make it exclusive, they chose not to. And that is a greedy move that alienates a lot of the fan base who don't have an additional $450 plus tax to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 or $70 plus tax to buy Donkey Kong Bonanza. And that sucks to me, okay? Is this a win in general? Yeah, this is great. In case you have a dead old Nintendo Switch lying around, or maybe you haven't made that evolutionary step to buy a new one, you can say, hey, here's my old Nintendo Switch 1. Go ahead. Play co-op with me over here. We don't need 2 Nintendo Switch 2s. You can play co-op over here like this. Obviously, you can play co-op point and screen on the big TV in docked mode, but this is kind of like a slap in the face for me. It's going to be able to run. It's not going to run perfectly. Of course not. It's not going to run in 60 FPS, 120 hertz. I know that for a fact it's not going to. But the fact that it can run in some sort of lower frame rate mode is the smoking gun that literally proves that this game could have been a Nintendo Switch 1 title at the exact same time, just like Metroid Prime 4 is going to be, and Pokemon Legends is going to be, right? Could have done it. But they didn't. Okay. Let me wrap my head around this one. You can play online between 2 Nintendo Switch systems using Gameshare. Okay, so that means that you and I, based on what they said, based on if we're friends and we're playing Gameshare, we can go online and you could be my Pauline. And we could just play online together. I think that's a win. That's considered online functionality, and I think that's a huge win via game chat or whatever that's called. I love that. I love that so much. I love that so much because that's the way it should be. If there's a co-op game, you should be able to play online co-op through the entire story mode with anyone you want to on Nintendo Switch Online. I love that. That sets a precedence for the future of Nintendo games. This needs to be the standard. Great. That's it. I love it. If I'm understanding that correctly. There's assist mode, of course, in case you are, you know, not good at games, or you have a little kid, or you just want an easier time enjoying the story. Turn on assist mode, and there's your little handicap that you're not going to take a lot more damage. I think that that's perfect. I think that's really perfect. So here's a DK artist mode. It's cute. It's just like a little extra mode. You don't really need it. It's not really a sell point, but it's cute. Like, why not do it? Why not do it at this point? There we go. Make a little Splatoon Octoling, DK Octoling. That's great. People can shape all sorts of weird things if they want to. Great. I can't wait to see what the community comes up with. Okay, so let's talk about Amiibo really quick. Let's talk about Amiibo. What's an Amiibo, you ask? Well, it's a Toys to Life little figurine. They used to cost $13. Now they cost $30. Actually, they cost $30 to $40. The Street Fighter Amiibo were literally $39.99. I know, because I literally collect all of my Amiibo. Yes, I do. You can see all of my Amiibo right over here. New in box. They're all here. I literally have every single one of them. Amiibo were great. You can take them out of the box. You can tap them into different different games, and then you can get cosmetics. You can unlock little story elements. You can get new costumes, new currencies. You tap it onto the controller and do something with it. Nintendo Switch 2 launch didn't talk about Amiibo. Halfway through the Nintendo Switch cycle, no one did any Amiibo support. So all of us Amiibo fans were like, oh shoot, dude, I literally bought these toys for $13, $20 a piece, and we don't do anything with it. Why'd you stop programming things in games? Mario Kart World, 0 Amiibo support. And yeah, that's a premium game for $80. Oh yeah, it's great. Absolutely love it. So now, what do? They bring back a Donkey Kong Amiibo. Yes, one might consider it a cash grab. Sure, absolutely. Does it lock you out of anything, though? No, it really doesn't. That's the fine line between paid DLC and Amiibo. It's a very, very fine line. Do you necessarily want to lock people out of content and force them to buy the paid DLC in the form of a toy? No, you don't. So you have to tread that very, very carefully, because you don't want it to be a premium experience where it's like, dude, I don't have the Amiibo. Now I have to go scalp it. Now I have to go buy the pirated NFC chips that people sell on Amazon or eBay or whatever. They just make an NFC reader, they copy the data, and then they sell this like little chip that acts as the NFC reader, which is 100% piracy. But some of you guys have it, which is whatever. This is what it is. It's Nintendo's fault for not supplying enough of the Amiibo, so I had to resort to this. Like, that's a whole nother can of worms I'm not going to open up. So using Amiibo support in video games, it's a fine line to do it correctly. Usually it's reserved for skins and things like that, so it doesn't really impact your game. Or a shortcut to unlock something, right? So this is great. So here we go. A diva dress. Discs will be twice as likely to appear after defeating an enemy. So discs, I think, are the records for music. So you're going to get a cool little costume for Pauline. Is the diva dress exclusively locked to this Amiibo? We don't know. If it is, then that's kind of shady. If the diva dress is like an end game unlock by grinding the game and eventually paying for it, then that's a good way of doing Amiibo. You just get it right off the bat. I love it. So now there's also other Donkey Kong Amiibo. I own every single one of these except for the DK and Donkey Kong bracelets. I may have to buy them. Retail MSRP on those universal bands are probably like $60. Maybe I can get them for cheaper. But I mean, at this rate, dude, Amiibo are $40 a piece. So whatever. So this... Dude, did you just see Dixie Kong and Diddy Kong behind the counter over here? I thought that they were going to be like not in the game, but they're here, which is great. So scanning in any of the DK Amiibo, you literally just get the KONG letters. They're not collectibles or not anything. It's just things that you could use to break stuff with. So I guess that's cool. But yeah, you can just break things over here. But there's Diddy and Dixie Kong. I didn't even realize they were over here. Every other Amiibo is just going to unlock like a little sphere in the game, like a bomb or a mud ball or a water ball, and you could use it to, I don't know, help you out in the area for a little bit. That's fine. It's very, very bare basic of what Amiibo should be. Very, very bare basic of what Amiibo functionality should be, right? Because if you really took a page of what Amiibo should be, this could be way better. For a premium game and Amiibo support, you're telling me right now that you couldn't give Pauline Isabel's winter sweater? You couldn't do that? You couldn't give DK green fuzzy fur that looks like it's made of yarn if you scan in any of the Yarn Yoshi Amiibo? You're telling me you couldn't do, I don't know, maybe these tights from the Octoling and then the white t-shirt? And maybe like, I don't know, heavier eye makeup for Pauline to make her look like the Inkling? You're telling me you couldn't put a villager t-shirt on Pauline? This is just etc, 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 that costumes could have been done. A Rosalina dress for little Pauline. You're telling me you couldn't do that? Because in Yoshi's Woolly World, for Nintendo Wii U or Yoshi's Crafted World, whatever that is, the Mario one would give a Mario outfit. The Wario one would give Wario. Every single one of these Amiibo, at least 10 to 15 of them, would unlock something very special. Mario Maker for Wii U. You had so many, at least 20 to 30 different Amiibo that changed their little sprite in Mario. This is good. This is good for Amiibo fans. It's great because now you have some sort of functionality for all your $15, $20 paperweights. But it's not done well enough. It is literally passing grade. It is like if you get a D in school. You did the bare minimum, you passed, here is your diploma. But was it an A rank? Could you have done a lot more? Yeah, you could have. And if I'm not expecting every single Amiibo, trust me, I have so many of them. I'm not expecting every single one to be made over there and into a costume, but I think the series ones should be it. Like DK, for example, right? The DK Amiibo, look, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 Amiibo could unlock the exact same thing. Diddy Kong, there's 2 of them, a Smash Bros. One, and then a Classics Mario series. That could have unlocked one thing. K. Rool, sure, go for it, unlocked one thing. I'm not expecting every single individual one, but they should have done more than just the bare minimum for that. And that sucks to me. That's another miss for me. Am I happy that they brought the Amiibo back? Yeah, I totally am. I would absolutely love that. Would I have loved, like, if they had the DK little band, like in Universal, as an actual item that you can use for improved sonar or something like that? Like, to actually put thought behind this versus, oh, also there's like 200 different Amiibo. Yeah, just spawn a piece of trash in the game, because that's kind of what we feel. That's kind of what we feel what Amiibo are. It's literally a paperweight. It's a piece of trash right now because you paid $13, $15, $20 for them, and the more recent Amiibo you paid $40 for this piece of trash, which is just a collectible at this point. So you know what? Why don't we just throw a little trash ball and DK and just toss it against the wall, which is what I feel Amiibo are and what they've been resorted to now. So yeah. Is that a slap in the face for people who love Amiibo and love the idea of Toys to Life and really bringing something into a premium experience, which again is the $450 plus tax to entry level to get this game to be played on a system, and then buying the $70 game plus tax for? That's premium. That's over $500 for this game. And yet your Amiibo functionality is D rank. It is D level. It is the bare basics, which sucks to me. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that that's the way it is. Oh, but Abdallah, maybe they'll expand it later with DLC. No, they're not going to. Someone said, hey, remember Amiibo? They're like, yeah. Hey, just quickly program something, man. Just give Pauline a costume. Is that it, boss? You just want Pauline in a costume? I don't know. Go figure it out. I guess. Sure. Yeah, here, I'm gonna, hey, ChatGPT, program any of the existing NFC readers to spawn in a sphere in the level. And if it's one of these 6 Donkey Kong ones, then spawn the KONG letters. Cool, boss. Did it in 5 minutes. There we go. I hope you enjoy it. Great. Turned it in. Right? That's exactly what happened. It's gross, man. I was very excited for Amiibo, but now looking at it, knowing how bare basics and like very barely passing grade, it's not good. It's not good for 2025 when we have an entire history of Amiibo that a lot of you guys are sitting on, and they're literally collecting dust. Mine are literally in a box right now. I used to buy 2 of every Amiibo, one to display and one to play. But I stopped doing that because it's so worthless. So anyway, they sing some more songs with Pauline's voice actress or whoever sings. I don't know if they're any different, but it's cute. The game's cute. Talented singer Pauline. I love the freckles. I think she looks really cute. Oh, this was really cool. This was really cool. We didn't really get to see this much inside the game. So I'm gonna slowly pan this one because we actually saw Rambi and Pauline with barrel blasters in a race between Dixie Kong and Donkey Kong. So again, they're in the game. They don't seem to be playable characters, which also is a miss, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions on that one. Rambi doesn't seem to be an NPC, but this is how I feel. This is how I feel. Rambi should have been done. Rambi should have 100% been done this way. It could have been a rhino god or a rhino elder instead of a zebra elder. And then instead of turning into a zebra, you now get Rambi because that's Rambi's ancestor. And now it's like, okay, well, here we go. I'm going to allow you to use Rambi in some sort of way. And then you could run around with Rambi just like this right over here, right? So this appears to be one of the weird challenges inside of one of the worlds where like you're going to be taking laps. Like this is lap 2 out of 3. You're a minute in. And then you can see on the very, very top of the screen is going to be like how far you are from the beginning to the start, to the finish line. So this is cool. It's more confirmation that Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong are in the game, but they're reduced to NPCs, which kind of is bad considering that what in the latest Donkey Kong game, we were able to play as Dixie Kong, weren't we? In Tropical Freeze, didn't we have Dixie Kong? And didn't we have Diddy Kong with like the little barrel blasters? And we also had Funky Kong, man. And we had Cranky Kong. We had 1, 2, 3. We had 5 playable Kongs in that game. Like, that's DK to me. My own special power? These voice acting lines are okay. Again, it's very, very passing grade. It's very, very passing grade for me. I think that voice acting is barely passing. That's what Nintendo does, man. They don't want to spend millions of dollars in localization for all the voice acting. They don't want to do that. Do it as easily as possible, right? We don't want to do it in, Chinese, Japanese dub, Spanish dub, Portuguese dub, English dub, French dub, German dub. We don't want to do that. We don't want to pay 10 different languages for a voice actor for Pauline and all these other people. We don't want to pay that. No. Just make them do some barks, some real animal universal barks, and then just have a localization team change the localization of all the text because we've gotten away with it so far, and that's exactly what it is. But could you imagine a game that's sold right now as a premium game, $70 plus tax, so around like $77, $76, with a $450 system plus tax, around like $40 to $50, depending on where you're at in the world. So $500-ish. $580, let's just say $600 because you bought a memory card. And maybe a Pro Controller for maybe $650. Let's just say you spent that much money on this premium experience where, like, dude, it would be so cool if you had Pauline singing in your native language, which a lot of you guys watching right now is English, which is fine. But like, imagine if she was singing over there, or imagine these like monkeys, talking in your native language, like vocally, which should be the standard going forward. And I think that that's such a big miss. Anyway, final thoughts. I think that the game is amazing. I think it looks really, really good, but there are a lot of things that do miss the mark for me. I can't get over the fact that it's literally copy paste Mario Odyssey, from the graphics to the gameplay to the shops to literally everything is copy paste Mario Odyssey with a DK skin. I don't like that. It needed to really stand apart. I didn't like the fact that voice acting's not there. That's not okay in my book for the year 2025 for a premium game that's going to cost you around $600 to even start playing. Don't like that. I also don't like that they missed the mark on. I don't like the fact that they missed the mark on the animal buddies. I think that's terrible. That's the real gimmick of Donkey Kong games in the past. You need to do animal buddies. What's the problem? How do you mess that up? Okay, those are the three fundamentals that I feel are just a miss on the game. Is this a 10 out of 10 game? I think it's going to be really fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be playing it when it comes out. Things that it did well, graphics look spectacular. I think the music sounds really, really great. The gameplay looks fun. It looks really great to beat around and punch people, throw rocks all over the place. Really cool. Oh yeah, I also don't like the fact that Amiibo is just bare basic. Sorry, so add that to something that I don't like. Overall, man, I think the game's fine. Is it a $70 game? I don't think you could frame it that way. I think you have to frame it as in it is literally a $450 plus the $70 game, plus tax. So which is a $500 game, plus. I think that's how you have to frame it. Because remember, it's an exclusive game when it showed that it can play on the Nintendo Switch 1. Albeit not pretty, you're not going to see every granule of gold or anything that like explodes out, but it can be played on Switch 1. And that sucks. That sucks. It could have been a dual release, man. You could have dual released it, dude. And given us like a couple more areas in the Nintendo Switch 2 version. You could have done that, but they didn't because they want your money. They want your $500 for the Nintendo Switch 2 system. And that's it. End all be all, man. End all be all. Anyway, that's how I feel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and we'll go from there. But yeah, if you didn't watch my reactions, go take a look at my reactions. My jaw dropped on a lot of different things. I was very excited for it. But now that I'm going through and re-looking at some things, my eyes are open. Honeymoon phase is over. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm going to play it on my channel, so subscribe. And we'll get going with it. It's going to be great. As usual, thanks for watching, everyone.